Jack is somebody who, when like he sat down and figured this entire thing out, when he started working on it, he just naturally was already pretty gifted. And then he really started to study how to be a producer. This kid, by the time that he is our age, is going to be the next. I think he's going to be like, in comparison to a. I'm trying to think. I'm blanking on like so many producers right now.
Like Buster Oldham type shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's been studying under Buster Oldham, like under his programs and shit, and like Buster's not even like. I think he's gonna surpass him.
I think he
by a
already
lot.
has.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Actually, yeah. He's.
Cause like there's some shit that like I watch Buster do, and then I watch stuff that Jack does, and I'm like, my mind is still blown.
It's. I genuinely am speechless more than half. Like I know I'm
Pull this
stuttering.
like a little closer. We could just pretty much just
Yep.
get into it.
Cool.
We're already chatting.
Fucking A. Works for me.
So you guys are talking about your producer, Jack?
Yeah, Jack. Jack's been a really, really big help with us. This is what I was getting my point to. This kid is 19 years old. He is a weapon. And he's one of those guys that he wanted to learn how to do it so bad, and he just naturally was already pretty gifted, but now like he's teaching me stuff. I'm not really in advanced with any production. I can figure out how to write a demo. I can figure out how to program drums. I can figure out how to copy paste and lay out a backbone. When it comes to writing, I have no issue with it. It's the genuine process of the mechanics behind it that I'm still kind of stuttering with.
Mhm.
It's like a gear that doesn't quite want to go. I'm a little rusty, you know.
Definitely looking into like those, like if that's something you like are interested in, looking into like some of those online programs, like you were talking about Buster's stuff that he has. Like I learned pretty much everything I know off of like URM and like Nail the Mix shit.
Yeah,
Pretty much same
and
here.
I keep hearing that from everybody too. Like that's just where the place to go, and my brain just has not like gotten there yet. It's just kind of like I'm so used to doing it this way. Why figure it out another way?
Yeah,
It just doesn't. Yes.
There's a lot though. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, there is, and I think that's probably like one of the intimidation factors for me as to why I'm just kind of like, wait, you kind of know it a little bit better than I do, but I also kind of know these parts better than you do.
Right.
So why can I still not? You know.
Well, fuck yeah, guys. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, dude,
We
thanks
appreciate you having us.
I'm glad we finally like got the day locked in,
Yeah.
man. I'm really glad that we're
Hell
here.
yeah.
And I'm really glad that you were here as well, Tomás.
Oh yeah,
Nice
dude.
surprise, dog.
Welcome back to Midwest Slamcast. I'm gonna do that every time.
I love it.
Bienvenidos.
Tomas's debut was last night with
yeah.
with a Surefire.
Excellent. All right, cool. Well, welcome to the next one, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Can you guys do like a quick like intro of yourselves, like your name and what you do?
Yeah. So I'll start. I'm Dillon Nikolas, aka Nico or Blondie. My name is spelled Dillon.
The wrong way.
All right, Dylan with a Y. Introduce yourself.
And I am Dillon Greenhill. I am the singer for Vapid Soul, and I started the project with Luke, who is our guitar player, and we have Dillon, Dilan, or Dillon, LaRue, who is our guitar player, who is also a tiny little menace, and I love him. That kid is so good at guitar. It's insane. I love watching that guy play. And the spine and backbone of the band, Nathaniel James Donaldson. Sorry. Say Nathaniel Donaldson, he sounds so white, and it's just so bad every time. But now Nate is the backbone of the band. Nate is one of the big reasons that we had such like a pivotal move with our sound, and why I'm very grateful to have him. You know, he's just I've known that guy for a really, really long time. I was scrolling through my Facebook memories the other day, and I found a photo of me and Nate from Warped Tour when I had this nasty ass goatee, and I was, oh man, that was not a good time of my life. But from there to where Nate had this massive fro, and it was just this moment where I was just like, damn, I've really known this guy for that long, and now we're in a band together, and he's just a weapon. Oh, that guy is crazy at drums. He's probably one of the best drummers I've ever seen.
My favorite drummer.
Incredible.
I swear.
I love the like, man, he does some like shit like that. I just like, I don't even know how he just has like an unbelievable steez while he's playing.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
I love his like he does like shit on his little like stack or like China shit that he's got going on.
Yeah, he's
like
got
just
splashes and tiny little.
it's just
tiny
like
everything.
adds such like an effect. It almost sounds like a record scratching. That's what it like reminds me of. And he like record scratches on the fucking drum kit, and that's just like awesome.
He is.
That's talent right there. Man.
Yeah, it is, dude.
And like he does it all in a 3-piece kit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were just talking about that on the way down. His
That's even
kit is so
wilder, dude.
minimal. Like it's a kick, snare, and a tom, and then he's got all of his cymbals or his other toms, as he calls them.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we could just get straight into the Vapid Soul shit because we're jumping into it. So can you talk about like how Vapid Soul got started?
Yeah. So I was actually, man. So I got a phone call out of nowhere while I was at my my partner's parents' house, and we were just, I can't remember why we were there. I think we were there just hanging out for, I think it was either her, I think it was her dad's birthday. Anyway, not important. Anyway, I got a phone call out of nowhere from a Kentucky number. And as any person from not Kentucky and Wisconsin would go, you'd probably look at that phone and be like, that's a spam call. And for some odd reason, I just answer it. Opened it, and it was my friend Luke that I had talked to on Instagram a handful of times. He was a fan of my old band, Immortalis, and we had chatted a couple times. He had posted a cover of our song False God and his story, and it was one of the only ones that I saw where somebody had actually nailed Tyler's solo, Tyler Wagner, who is now in Ouroborn and Heirs of Humanity, who shot up both those bands because y'all are ridiculous.
That dude's amazing.
You're all ridiculous. Shout out Kieran, bro. I
That
hate
dude's
you.
incredible.
You're so talented. God damn it. But yeah, we were talking for a while. He's like, "Oh, you like still doing music? Anything?" I'm like, "Nah, Immortalis just broke up, man. So I don't know where I'm trying to write some stuff. I'm having like a couple ideas, and I tossed a couple names at him. He's like, "That sounds actually so sick. Do you want some help?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" You and I talked about writing some stuff for a while. We actually had talked about trying to get him into Immortalis at the time, but he was just, at a point in his life where he was not able to do so. But this time he flew up on my birthday, and we went, just kind of hung out for the first time. We went and recorded our next song that will be coming out, and that was the first one that we tracked. And we went back 2 more times. It was just like, as soon as we linked, it was just locked. It was like I had known this dude my entire life. Everything was just the same past, same idea, locked. He was just right there. It's one of those times that I was really nervous about how it was going to go because I didn't know how he writes. He's not used to writing with me, obviously, because we've never even been in the same fucking room together. So it was just okay, we'll see how this goes. And smooth as butter. I could not believe how smooth it was. I was kind of thinking about this part, and I'm not really sure how that's going to go. Oh, no, instead of doing that, you should just go to the 5/7/3 and then just... Record, please. How the fuck did you just...
Dude, I actually had like a similar moment with like that with after I did These Fading Visions pod with Jason. I just mixed their names up. Chase and Justin.
But shout out These Fading Visions though. Those dudes are crazy.
Oh,
I just saw
they're insane.
Justin yesterday.
But I was like kind of like stuck on a part on a song that I was working. And I was just showing them the idea, and like I was like, yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing with this part. And Chase just like came out of nowhere. He's like, you know what you should do? You should just reverse this guitar part right here and put it right here, and then you should get like a riser and like put it here, and then that'll just like transition right into the chorus, and it'll be fucking perfect, smooth as butter. And like we played it back, and it was just like. It was like fucking magic.
Dude, God, I love those moments. I live for those fucking moments.
Yeah.
Those are
love
the
it.
best ones, man. Yeah, Luke was crazy, and he had sent me some riffs that he had on his old guitar for a while, and it was just like Snapchat videos back and forth and shit. But he's so talented, and I loved watching him play. And I still remember that, like, shortly before he got the flight here, he fucked up his hand. Can't remember exactly how he did it, but like it was something to do with his finger, and he was just really stressing about it, and he still played that shit like it was fucking nothing. That dude is a maniac, and shout out to him as well too, because most people don't know this, but he actually has he suffered with POTS for a while. Basically, I can't remember exactly how everything works, but it's basically he could stand up too quick and he could pass out like that. He has weird heart palpitations. His vision will go. He can't really drive, but every single fucking show, that motherfucker runs out into the crowd during Switchblade. He will do circles. He'll scream at every fucking buddy that's not paying attention and be like, "Hey, let's go!"
That is my favorite part of that song. Just doing my little slapping bit in that verse, and I just watch him run around in the crowd, and he's just screaming at people like, "Move, move!" It's so entertaining.
Oh, dude, shout out this dude too. His first show with us was his 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
You're
It was
definitely gonna
crazy.
remember that one. Dude.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
that
I can't
was
forget
wild.
it.
Yeah, I shouted that out right before Switchblade too, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody came running up to him and gave him a beer right before we
Yeah,
started,
it was-
and he's just like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was
Do you-
just-
Do you guys have like any sort of like plan when do you like practice your like stage performance beforehand?
Mm-hmm. I usually do.
I do too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm probably, other than him, I'm probably the most physically active on stage because I do a lot of windmilling and headbanging. Like the first few shows with Vapid Soul, like people probably didn't even know what my face looked like, and yeah, my beautiful face. You guys can see it now. Don't get used to it because you're not going to see it much. But no, on stage, like I try to look somewhat rehearsed and not just kind of just stand and play, because to me that's just kind of boring. Because I mean, our music is technical to a degree, but not super technical, so you can kind of make your show entertaining and put on a good show.
It helps that your guys' music is like so fucking groovy that it's like it's just
You
like
kind of naturally
constant
just go into
groove.
it.
Yeah, man. A lot of it is owed to Nate and Dillon as well too. Those guys are wickedly talented. They were in a band called Frequencies for a while, and so criminally underrated. I mean, and now we are blessed to be in a band with both of them. They are insane, and watching them both work too is definitely one of my favorite things, because Nate is very technical, and he is very detail oriented, and he wants to make sure that every single detail sounds as crisp and as sharp as it possibly can. And Dillon is just a joy to be around when it comes to music. The first time that I went and wrote at his house with him, I was kind of like pitching some ideas at him, and while I was pitching one of them, he's like, "Oh, all right, cool," and we were going back with it, and he's like, "Okay, how does something like this sound?" And he wrote something that was completely different, and still something that I was kind of in the back of my head with a completely different idea, and I went, that is what I want to focus on. Do that again. he's just fun to work with, man. He brings it out. He brings it out of me to just kind of be more relaxed with it, and while not to focus so much on the actual details, and so sharp points and sharp points, you know what I'm trying to get at, all the minute details with being as detail oriented and as on time with releases and other stuff. And I try to pay attention to all of our socials and messages and booking and everything else. And now shout out to Steven, our booking agent. I'm very stoked to be working with him more this year too. That's gonna be sick. And
Hell yeah! I mean, it seems like you guys have been popping off with the shows you got lined up.
yeah, the shows have been really sick so far. We've got a couple more of them that, if everything lines up accordingly, I am going to be even more excited for this year. So I'm really hoping that everything works out, and I have a very strong feeling it will this time. So I'm real stoked for this year. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good
Oh,
year.
yeah,
for
That's
us, I think.
awesome.
So how did you guys get your start in music?
Oh God. Mine was probably my dad. My dad was. I mean, do you want like start in like music, or are we talking like all the way back?
I mean, fucking give me your story, man.
All right. All right.
What made you fall in love with it?
Oh. All right,
Also, just pull this a little. Try to keep it like a fist away.
yeah. All right.
The old Joe Rogan.
I'm
Keep
sorry,
it-
I get a little excited. So, my intro to music was definitely my dad. My dad and my grandfather got me my first guitar. I still remember when I was running around my dad's house, and the first one I had was just like a regular looking acoustic, just kind of like a tan body. And I remember walking, and I tripped, and it fell out of my hands. And I was like 8 years old, so it wasn't something that was, I don't know, super attached to, and it wasn't like I fell very far or anything, but the entire guitar, because it was wound so tight, the whole thing just snapped,
Oh shit.
and I just sobbed. I was just crying. My dad comes downstairs, and he's just, I said, "What are you And he
would've
goes, "All right,
cried.
it's okay. I'll try and fix it." And he couldn't fix it. And he told my grandfather what happened, and my gramps overnighted a new black acoustic that I still have. It's a Martin and Company, and I'm left-handed, so I can't play right-handed. I never could. I still can't. It's weird. I don't like it. So it's just, this is just more comfy, man. And ever since, it's just has to play this way. But that Martin, the first time that I saw it, I remember I was stunned. I couldn't believe how pretty it looked. It was just so different. I'd never seen a black guitar. I had always seen regular guitars. I had seen Les Pauls. I had seen bright blue Fenders. I had seen Jimi Hendrix's upside down guitar. And I was still kind of confused about that, because at that point in my life, I was like, what is he doing? But then, everything clicked the further that I got into it. And my dad really stayed on me to be on it. And he was so excited about the music that he showed me. He always showed me Matchbox 20. I still remember running around to Mad Season, just blaring that in the car. And I listen to that album now, and I can see, like, as an adult, like, kind of where my dad's head was at, and how he was just so. My dad was, man, shout out my dad. My dad rules. He was the main reason that I just stayed with music. No matter what, he just told me just to keep going with it, and keep following everything that you wanted to, and with music, and no matter what anybody told you, no matter how crazy it might have sounded, and no matter how weird it might have sounded, just go with it. And obviously I took the weird part a little further than I think he expected, because I think he might have thought maybe I might go AC/DC, but no, I went more Cal Decapitation first round. I still remember when he fucking caught me listening to Parkway Drive the first time, and I was just running around the house, and he just like, what have I done? But man, and he bought me my first electric, and then he bought me the first amp, and then he bought me my second electric. And I remember I was just still so in awe. But I mean, I don't want anybody to get it twisted. We did not grow up with a lot of money. My parents were divorced when I was real early. I lived in the middle of nowhere. Like, my dad was working like 3 to 4 jobs at a time, just to keep the the roof over our head. He doesn't like to talk about it a lot, and I get it. I mean, I wouldn't want to talk about my life at that point either, and I get it. But that's the thing about my dad, and why I also am so grateful for him, and why I'm so grateful for him for pushing me for music, for everything, because he always was just, no matter what was going on, I had no fucking idea my entire life. My dad stayed on top of that shit as a parent, and he just was like, my dad is the definition of unconditional love, I think. And so for him to show me all of that and to tell me to push that same thing into music, like I don't think I could ever fucking quit. You know, it's just, it's no matter what I tell myself, and no matter how many times I'm like, I'm so fucking sick of, you know, it's just that connection is the thing, always going to be there. So when I started really getting into it, and I first joined with Immortalis, I had met them by complete accident, and I started with a couple other. Well, not really, not a couple other. I'm sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. I started with Immortalis, and I met them by complete accident, actually, because I met Tyler at college orientation by complete accident because I was late to admission the early morning when I was supposed to be there at 9:30. I woke up and it was 12:30.
Oh, shit.
And I was staying at my mom's house with my stepdad, who I had newly just moved in with and newly just got comfortable with. And I knew that if they found out that I was freaking out. So I immediately called the school. I told them, hey, is there still any way that I can get in? Like, is there anybody I can talk to? I know I was late, but like, I still really, you know, whatever. And they said, you can just come to the late one at 2:30. Oh, okay. So I get there, and I'm the first one there. I got there at 2:15. I came running in, and they handed me my stuff. They looked at me like a psychopath, and I sat down, and I started to watch everybody come in. You know, you can kind of just pick apart how, like, where some people were in their life or, like, where they were in high school. It's just kind of like, okay, you were that, yeah, just down the line. I realized all of those people I was not going to fucking get along with. So I just was like, all right, this is a little weird. I don't really know what to do. Can you tell that I have anxiety? And I see this dude walk in with dirty ass jeans, a DC shoe snapback, and a Chelsea Grin shirt. And I went, what up? And it was Tyler. We hung out for a little bit. I was just like, I don't really know anybody, but like, if you want to hang out sometime, dude, like, let me know. You know, I literally don't know anybody. I just moved here. So if you're trying to chill, let me know. And a couple days later, he hit me up, asked me to come try out for Immortalis, and 7 years later with that. And then we broke up. We're all still cool though. Those dudes are killing it with Ouroboros. I'm not sure what Jake is doing right now, but I know that he's actually living with my friend Anthony. And I know that he's doing good. So shout out to him. I'm glad he's all right. But yeah, started doing stuff with Vapid when Lou came into the picture, and then I found the rest of the guys. I mean, I obviously knew Nate and Dillon already, and then Dillon hit me up about bass, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sorry, really got into the details there, but
No, that's what I wanted to hear.
all right,
yeah.
well, there you
All
go.
Shout out to dads and being late.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
dads for being late. Hell
Amen.
yeah, that's the move right there.
Except my dad's always early. My story is kind of somewhat similar. I got my first guitar when I was 11 or 12, and it was also by complete accident. My brother and I were playing hide and go seek, and my brother went into my parents' bedroom closet, and I had my flashlight because I was looking for him, and I saw behind him a guitar and an amp, and I'm like, "What is that?" And my dad tried to convince me that it was his and that he played, but that was a total lie. He never played. It was actually from my friend Andy Fritz. Shout out Andy, I love you, buddy. If it wasn't for that dude, I probably would not be sitting here right now, because my first guitar and amp was his, and then I got a really nice Schecter Blackjack from him, along with my first real Marshall amp, and that was my live rig with my first high school band. It was just that Schecter and, of course, a Boss Metal Zone pedal. It's a great pedal. Don't shit on it.
It's all right. I had one too.
I had one for sure. Oh wait, no, I had the other, like the orange distortion pedal. I don't think I had.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had
think we
both
all
of those.
had that.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
had that one. I remember. Oh God, I remember that one.
Yeah, so I started playing around 11 or 12, and didn't really stick with it at the beginning. I just kind of picked it up every once in a while, and then in 5th grade, they held a talent show, and I was just like, I'll play guitar. I haven't picked this thing up in a couple weeks, but yeah, I'll play a song. And I tried to learn For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, and I had no idea how to tune my guitar. I had no idea how to play power chords. I didn't know how to palm mute. So I'm playing all open, like one note, and it's completely out of tune. But that was my first performance with my guitar, and I kind of stuck with it ever since. And joined my first band in high school. We formed called Synesthesia, and we did a couple cool things. We entered a competition called Rock Onsen, which is like for middle and high school bands to enter online, and 12 bands are selected to go perform a set at Summerfest. And we put in a submission, and we got in, and we were one of 12 bands in 2019, I believe it was. And that was like outside of school performances. That was our first real show, was Summerfest on the Johnson Sound Control stage. And
That's cool.
Yeah.
unfortunately, we didn't win the competition because the winner got another set at the, I don't remember what the stage is called now, but then it was the Briggs and Stratton Barn stage, and they got to play a half-hour set there, where the Johnson Sound Control stage was 15 minutes. So we only played 3 songs, but still, it was so much fun. And they like judged you and critiqued you and everything. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't win. But that opened up a lot of doors for us because, you know, our name was on Summerfest. Like, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So we played Dane County Fair like the next month, and then we played a couple bars around Oshkosh area, and then of course COVID happened, and that pretty much put an end to that. And I was kind of on the down about it for a few years because was just by myself. I had no band to play with. I was just stuck in my room writing whatever I wanted to write, and then my wife and I moved into our house, and I kind of been doing solo stuff, which has kept my passion alive. And then I've been friends with this dude on Facebook for a few years. And so I used to work with a guy that he used to know via, I believe, his brother, Brennan Crowley.
Yeah.
Shout out, Brennan. I love you.
Shout out, Brennan. What's good, baby?
He introduced me to his old band Immortalis. He's just like, you got to check these guys out if you like heavy music. And he's like, I know the vocalist. I was like, well, sick. And then he played it over the speaker at work, and this dude's voice, when I first heard it, I was like, this dude's voice is fucking awesome. I'm like, his screams were like, he just sounded mad. He was pissed. So I found him on Facebook, and
I was.
yeah, I found him on Facebook. I friend requested him then, and I was also supposed to audition for Immortalis, but I was not 18, and they were an LLC, so I needed to be 18. And
Yeah.
but I mean, we're still here. We're here. And then he posted kind of just like as a joke one day, where it was just like, LMAO, it would be cool if someone played bass for my band. And I'd never played bass primarily. I bought one just to kind of mess around with. And then when I messaged him to join a band to play bass, that's when I took it seriously. And that's been like almost 2 years now. So I've really only been playing bass for like 2 years.
Fuck yeah.
And he's still more energetic and more fun than a lot of motherfuckers.
I try.
Dude, I love having you on stage. It's so much fucking fun. It's a
Yeah,
blast.
man. Like I said, my first show was on my 21st birthday.
Yeah, you
And-
killed that shit.
That was like my first time on stage in over 2 years. So I missed it a lot, and my neck hurt like a bitch after that show. Like, holy hell.
He came way too fast into that windmill that first round, and I watched him step just a little bit and like scoot and then start whipping it, and I just watched it snap a little too hard.
Yeah.
And I could feel that, and I just kind of That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad. I still feel sorry for your neck for that one.
Nah, it's all right.
Is it?
We'll see in a
that'll
few
be the
years.
same.
That shit hurt. Oh my god.
We'll see when I'm 55. We'll see what happens.
55. I give it 45.
All right. Thank you for being optimistic.
Hey, 45 is still good though, man.
45
Hey.
is still good. 45 is still good. But you might need neck surgery if you keep it up with them windmills. I swear to God.
We'll be all right.
Since we're talking about like injuries and stuff, what would you say is your worst injury that you ever gotten at like a show?
Well, yours is going to be a long one. So,
No. That technically doesn't count. That technically
Yeah, I
doesn't
guess
count.
you're
That was
right.
an injury, and then I decided to play a show and play a few shows, and that was not a good idea. Whatever. Anyway. Mine was probably when Immortalis and At Hara were on tour, and I remember we were playing in Minnesota with the dudes in Wraith, and oh my god, I'm blanking so bad. Shut. Well, we were out in Minnesota, and At Hara was playing. Brian, their guitarist, he's very, very vocal about hitting people. So he screamed into the mic, "Fucking hit somebody!" And I was walking right on the edge of the back of the pit. I thought I was going to be safe. I was wrong. All I saw was a fist coming back, and it connected with my nose, and everything went black for a split second. I was face down. I looked. I opened my eyes, and there's just a puddle of blood about yay big. And I'm like, fuck, my nose is broken. Just hold over my face. I go running to the bathroom, and I look at my bridges quite literally this way.
God damn.
I had no idea what to do. So my first reaction was, put it back. Didn't even hesitate. And let me tell you, oh my God. That shit sucked. Oh, I was still fucking bleeding profusely. I go running into the bathroom, and I'm just like, I'm watching just blood just pour out of my fucking face. And I'm like, I cannot believe this is not happening right now on day 2. I was in full panic mode. I did not have health insurance. I was fucked. I had no idea what to do. Thomas from Wraith comes running over to me after I walk out with a fucking just ice pack on my nose. Because I'm so sorry for blanking on this guy's fucking band's name, because this was the dude who took me to the bar, got me an ice pack, and got me a free beer out of it. And he walked me back over to my merch table, made sure I was good, made sure I could still see. Like, I remember all of that, and I'm blanking on the name so bad, and I feel like such an asshole. But anyway, fuck. Ended up sitting down at the merch table. Thomas comes running over, and he just goes, "Are you all right?" "Yeah." "Shit straight." Fuck. Dude, that was probably the worst. And I just remember my nose being red for like 4 days. And I was like, I have to be careful. None of y'all can be anywhere near me with the wild shit. Y'all have to keep the energy up. Please don't do it near me.
So you didn't end up going to the hospital at
Nope.
all?
Nothing. It's been straight since. I just pushed it back into place, and we're lucky I'm here.
Shit.
Can you tell we're Americans?
Yeah, I swear to
Amen.
God. Note the part where I said I had no health insurance, and that's
Yeah.
why I was panicking.
I don't have an injury on stage, but I don't know if this is considered an injury, more like a sickness. But my last band, we had a gig in Oshkosh, and beforehand we went and got Burger King, and I got really bad food poisoning from Burger King, and I'll never forget what I got. I got the Bacon King cheeseburger, and I crushed that thing. It tasted good.
I crushed it.
Oh,
And it crushed me.
Oh man, I just remember like running to the bathroom like a handful of times before our sound check, and I'm like, dude,
we might have to take a break or two in the middle of our set because I might have to shit.
Dude,
But
the worst.
Luckily,
moments.
luckily, it prevailed till after, and then it was just. Ugh. I felt like ass the rest of the night, but yeah.
Are you still doing windmills?
Not so much then, because I was playing guitar then,
Oh, yeah.
but there was still some headbanging, still plenty of headbanging.
Dude, he was just
Hell yeah,
worried
brother.
about clenching, dude.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump.
Fucking out.
I didn't want to jump and accidentally fart. That would have been bad.
Things got shitty on the podcast.
Yeah. Don't get me talking about shit.
Shout out shit, brother.
New fear
Shout out
unlocked
pooping.
again, dude.
Tomas, I'm actually curious. What's yours?
What's my what?
What's
Your worst injury.
Worst injury. Have you ever been injured at a show?
No.
No.
No. Besides that one time I passed out at Lamb of God,
Oh yeah.
which we already covered yesterday. But dude, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Definitely.
Other than that, no. I mean, you get hit in the pits and you
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
you don't feel it till the
Yeah.
next day, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've brought it up on the podcast before, but I'll still call him out. BJ BJ fucking punched me in the face.
Oh, fuck.
Not like on accident.
I
but
know.
That guy's just crazy with his arms in the
Fuck
pit.
yeah, he is. Fuck yeah, he is. If BJ's in the pit, you better stay away or you better join the fucking. You better match the energy
You
or
better
you
stay
are
away or join the grave.
Swear to God. Like, hey, you'll be sleeping with the fishes, eh? Come near me, eh?
We got a wise guy here.
We got a fucking wise guy over there. Bada bing, bada boom, sleep with the fishes. True story never happened. Don't worry about it.
Do I look like a fucking clown?
I got the big fucking wig and the clown nose. Hank. What do I look like to you, eh? Fucking going.
What was your first live performance?
Man. God, that's a hard one, actually. I'm really... Dylan, you go first. I can't think of shit.
He already said his first live performance.
Oh, goddamn, you did, didn't you?
I sure did.
Well, I'll probably say the first one that, like, I don't know. I'll talk about the first one, like, actually did shit. That was probably the first one with Immortalis. The first two with Immortalis were my first shows, like, ever, really. We did, like, one thing with a band in high school, but it was just, like, playing to our friends, you know?
Yeah.
So just kind of like, all right. But the first two shows with Immortalis, first one was in Thane Littlejohn's garage and his grandparents' garage or something. I can't remember, but it was at his place. And we played to like 20 people with the dudes from In Search of Solace. Shout out Dakota Testa. And we were fucking just playing shows with them. I was so scared to look up at everybody. So I was just walking around like, what's up? I'm like, I could not look up at all. I was just... There's like 5 people here and I can't do a thing. I was so scared. And then the next show with Immortalis was opening up for Mushroom Head. And yeah, that was quite a jump. But that was a sold out show at the QNZ Expo Center. And that was still one of the coolest things I've ever done. Stitch came up to Devin afterwards, was like, "You're fucking crazy at drums, man." All of us were just, there's no fucking way that just happened. Like, that was one of the coolest things that I think had happened to us. God, a couple of the other bands were just like, "No, there were like 700 people in here tonight." We're like, "What the fuck did you just say?" We had no merch, so we made like cheap little fucking demos that, like, you know, go to Walmart and buy a fucking 25 pack and then the singles and like sold them all for like $1 each or like $5 each or something. I was like, we have nothing. This is literally like our first show. Like, if you can, please help it, and, you know, please help us out. And we got paid. We didn't expect to. We got all of those CDs sold, and it was like 100 of them, and we were all just, what the fuck is happening? It was definitely like one of the coolest first moments like that for me. So getting to do that and hearing everybody, dude, that's fucking
crazy.
That was, yeah. I remember screaming at everybody, just get the fuck up, and watch just a wave of like 100 people just boom off their feet in unison. I went, jeez, fucking shit. I spooked myself. God, it was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool. And I just played a show, and then crazy enough, before you joined the, actually, wait, did you play at Mojo's with us?
No.
Okay. So this was right before you joined the band. Damn. We played a show with Along Came a Spider. Shout out those dudes. You guys rule. Along Came a Spider, and I think it's their bass player is also the bass player from Unsaid Fate, who is one of the bands that was on the tour with Mushroom Head. And so I got to just, like, I talked to him about that, and he's like, yeah, I fucking remember that show. And we both were like, what the fuck is Small World? So wild. It was just how crazy, how small everything actually is in the grand scheme of all of this, you know?
For real.
It's so fucking cool. But it's freaky, but it's really fucking cool.
So were you like, how did you kind of like break through your nerves on stage and get so like confident on stage? Because I would say that you're probably one of the most like confident vocalists I've seen around in our scene. Like, I think I've told you this before.
Thank you. I
but,
really
like,
appreciate that.
I liken your like stage performance almost to like Mitch Lucker's, like how the way that you like command the crowd and shit.
Thank you.
How did I guess I'm just wondering how you like got yourself to that point.
Honestly, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was a theater kid in my senior year at high school. So I did it on a whim, and I ended up getting a lead part in Annie. And I was Rooster, the evil brother, at the very end of it. And I had to run around the stage and sing Easy Street. And I remember my drama teacher was the lead, the girl who played Annie's mom. And she was very strict with movement, and she was very strict with making sure that everybody looked the part and making sure that everybody was right there. And I'm blanking on the other theater teacher's name, and I feel so bad because she helped me really come out of my shell, and she really was really comforting with everything about that. I still remember her telling me that the thing that you have to remember is that this is all a show. Give them one. That has kind of stuck with me through everything. And then I would watch these guys, you know, I'd watch these guys on stage, like Danny Warsnop and Mitch Lucker. I'd watch Caleb Shomo, and I'd watch, God, I'm trying to think who else was the first big ones. Oh, man. Winston McCall, again, and Chris Motionless. I'd watch all those guys, and I'd be like, wow, you guys just command these people. And it's not so much in a way that you're not trying to make them feel like you are in their control. You are trying to see to them eye to eye. And I've always respected all of those people for that reason, because every single one of them has kind of shaped a sort of wave in the genre of metalcore over the years, whether it's Winston from being at the very start with Parkway Drive, and, you know, Caleb Shomo, what he's doing now with Beartooth, and what he was doing with Attack Attack when he was taking over as frontman. I still remember Attack Attack being the first band I ever saw at a Warped Tour. They were, it was in Milwaukee, and I remember walking out and hearing them play Stick Stickly, and everybody, of course, was losing their shit. I was not the biggest fan of Attack Attack at the time, so I was like, I'll go check them out because I've heard like a couple of their newer stuff, and I like that. But I watched him control everybody and how ecstatic everybody was, how everybody was just vibing. Everybody was having a great fucking time. And granted, it's Warped Tour. It's fucking, God, shout out Warped Tour. I fucking miss it.
Man,
You remember what year that was?
God, I think it was 2011.
I was probably there for that one.
Hell yeah.
probably, dude.
Hell yeah. When ADTR had the giant fucking blow up banner and shit. Like all their heads on the top of the stage. Do you guys remember that at all? Because like that's a memory that stuck with me, and I can't like.
See, I don't know. It could be something that's lodged in the back of my brain somewhere, but I don't know. I remember a significant moment was Bring Me the Horizon in the amphitheater.
Oh yeah, that was. I think that was 2012 or 2013.
Oh, it might. Yeah.
Because I
might
know
have
that they
been.
weren't on there in 2011.
I think it was 12.
Yeah, it might have been 12.
Hard to what we
say.
have the internet for, boys. We're gonna find out. Do some Warped Tour research. Let's see, Warped Tour 2012. What do we got on there?
I just know we were going like every year once we could.
Dude,
Yeah.
same. God,
I remember the
that's
first year I went was I want to say 2008. No,
Damn.
2009. 2009 was the first year I
good.
went.
What I would have give. What I would
I
have
saw.
given.
I remember seeing Escape the Fate. That was crazy.
I always forget
Damn,
how much
2008
older you
Escape
guys
the
are in
Fate.
comparison to me because I'm 22. Like
Hey,
in
you a baby.
2009, I was 8. Like straight up, I'm not even kidding.
I was about to start my freshman year of high school in 2009.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
Man.
God damn. I feel old. Fuck.
Sorry to age you guys.
You did.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
My back just started hurting out of nowhere.
Shit.
Saw my first grade today.
My my knee just popped. I wasn't doing
Bro, don't
anything.
even start with me.
Yeah. All of our
shout out
joints are bad.
diabetes.
Diabetes.
Oh, fuck. God. All right. Well, I'm having trouble finding a flyer that actually was, not insanely fucking blurry. But let's see here. 2012. There it is.
The
No,
year the world
2012.
was supposed to end.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God, that's
2012
right.
Apocalypse.
You remember?
Apocalypse.
Did you see the movie that came out
I have
with
not
like
seen
Nick,
that actually.
Nick Cage?
Oh, dude.
Everybody was
Ass.
saying in the whole movie like that they got to get to Wisconsin because apparently Wisconsin's like a high point or something. Everybody was like, "We got to get to Wisconsin." And the whole
A
movie.
high point for like elevation or
I
something.
guess so. I
I
don't
guess
fucking
so.
Funny
know.
because we used to just be underwater.
Yeah.
Right.
We used to be a glacier.
Damn, they weren't on it in 2012 or 2013. Shit.
Shit.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm fucking up.
Well, what's your guys' writing process like from like inception, like idea inception to like finished product?
Well, for me, it's been a lot of. Luke and I have been working on these songs for a few years now. So when we first came together, what we wanted to do was we wanted to create something that was referencing some sort of band, but we wanted to twist it. We wanted to make it something that not necessarily wasn't something that people hadn't heard before, but we wanted it to create something that everybody could enjoy, whether it was sort of like a radio rock vibe or whether it was a very intense, Humanity's Last Breath style track. You know what I mean? Like, we want to take this wherever the fuck we want to go. And when we started with it, we had a vision of, Alpha Wolf, Korn, some early Slipknot, some, God, I don't know, trying to think who else, Cane Hill. We were really trying to go with like a new metal, but also focus on like the newer ones, and what they're doing with their sounds and how they're taking and twisting things. Like, I really, really enjoy Alpha Wolf's set when I saw them recently with God at the Rave. Who were they just with? Is it Motionless in White? Yeah. Yeah, when I saw them with Motionless in White a while ago. And I remember that Lockie has just gotten so much better with crowd commandment. He's such a good fucking front man. That dude just rules. And when I ended up getting to see them, and then in comparison to like their albums and what they are doing with, all the guitar effects, what they're doing with, everything that they talk in the background of the mix, I really enjoy the samples that they use, who they got on for their visuals as well. Their visuals are a really big thing, and I'm sure that's a lot of the reason as to why a lot of people are drawn to them too. I mean, let's be real, their merch game, unstoppable. Their videos, unbelievable.
Dude, the fact that they just did a song with
Ice-T.
Ice-T, yeah, that's fucking insane.
That is huge. And that's huge for the genre, too. Like, a band like Alpha Wolf, if you would have put that in 2012, there's no fucking way that would have happened.
Like one thing that like rap and hip hop does that metal doesn't do that I feel like they should do is there should be more collabs.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I feel like that would like that's more because most of these bands are like just doing shit by themselves, but like if you do shit together, that's like bringing in other audiences to your to other bands and shit.
And when you can figure out how to market that too, dude, that's unstoppable. That is where the real game changer is. Right
and
there.
that's part of the reason why hip hop and rap is so much bigger than like metal and shit. But I feel like nowadays, like that's starting to change. Like, did you guys see that Spirit Box made a song with
Megan Thee Stallion?
Stallion?
Yes.
Who just made a song with Snoop Dogg too? There's a metal band that made a song with Snoop Dogg.
Really?
I have not heard that.
I have not heard that.
I could be wrong, but my buddy at work showed me because he showed me the Ice-T one.
Are you sure
And
it
then
wasn't
he showed-
AI, bro?
No,
It wasn't AI,
Who fucking knows anymore though?
Bro,
you
I
know?
swear that fucking AI SpongeBob metal track, the formula. It sounds like
Oh yeah, Plan Z or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
feel
that's
like
just
though
wild.
there's definitely a resurgence in metal
Yep.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
1000%.
1000%.
because it definitely rap and hip hop just kind of took over
Yeah.
mainstream. But when
Yeah.
you
Metal-
think about it back then, metal was mainstream.
Metal
It
is
was
getting
huge.
back in there slowly, like bands with Knock Loose being at shit like Lollapalooza,
Dude,
and
that was a
like,
game changer
that's-
for sure.
like
Oh, yeah.
like Lorna Shore being at like those big like mainstream festivals like that. It's huge.
Spirit Box like was nominated for a Grammy and
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
They're like right up there with like Metallica
Yeah.
and like
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't
You
remember
can
the
say
other
what
one.
you want about the new wave of radio metal, but it's helping the scene
Mhm.
so much.
Yes, it is.
and bringing
It
metal.
is catapulting
on
it into the
top, yeah.
limelight.
Yeah, it is. And it's amazing how, I mean, and as much as people want to dog on it too, I mean, I gotta get 1,000 times better with it. But TikTok, dude, that shit is a game changer for bands. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many people that have taken advantage of that I've watched go from, okay, you are an artist and you are a good artist, and I can see that. And it sucks that you don't have the following that I know that you deserve to. What the fuck? You quadrupled it.
Yeah,
Like-
TikTok is great with just
Bad
having eyes on your
Omens.
Yep.
I
stuff.
was just gonna bring up Sleep Token. Like,
Yeah, Sleep
dude.
Token, Bad Omens, they both like blew up from TikTok,
Mhm.
just like insanely.
I
It
mean,
was-
like the Sleep Token anomaly is they went from like a couple 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify to like over 20 million with
Mhm.
like the couple tracks they dropped last year at the beginning of the year, and it just
Launched.
propelled their career tenfold, like as compared to without TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like genius level marketing and shit.
it
It's
really
just,
is.
I think it's just adapting and taking advantage of
I
it.
swear.
Absolutely.
It's
You know?
an untapped market.
Things
if
are
you can find
changing,
it,
it's
man.
changing so fast.
Yep.
What we knew 5-10 years ago, yeah, it can work, but it's just the adapting part.
Mm-hmm. You just got to be able to figure it out. And I mean, even still, it's good to still practice, the old markets that are still out there. Like, I still think that physical marketing is still something that needs to happen. I still think that you should still be able to go up and put up a fucking flyer
Oh
and
yeah,
be able to go into
Yeah.
town and be like, okay, hey, this is going on. But don't be running across town and, running to, I don't know, somewhere like 20 blocks away from where the actual venue is and expect people to still come. You want to hit that in the inner circle whenever you're doing that. You want to try and find like, I don't know, maybe like a 10 block radius. And that's where you hit hard with all of it. You hit there hard with the physical media, and then you option out a thing for like a QR code on the scanner. You just fucking bang, and then you can get tickets, everything. Like it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. And you can do the exact same thing online, and it is not that complicated. People just don't understand because it's online. And granted, I'm not that good at it either. I mean, I'm not fucking marketing genius. I don't know how that shit works, but I still have like a good base of it. And I think the sooner that people get a good base of it, it's going to be much easier for everybody to kind of just flow with it, And I think that now with so many different genre collabs too, once everybody who is deserving of all of those, those millions of followers, once all of those people get together, just like this next wave of metal is going to be fucking insane.
yeah.
It's gonna be fucking insane. I'm so excited to see what collabs keep coming out of all of this stuff. Like, who would you want to see a collab with? Curious.
Like in terms of like bigger bands.
Yeah,
and
think of like,
artists?
like when Bring Me the Horizon did that collab with Ed Sheeran, or like something completely out of pocket that never fucking expected. I mean, shout out Bring Me the Horizon though, because Ollie's been doing whatever the fuck he wants to do for the past like 10 years, and it's worked out amazingly.
So that's just an example of fucking
Dude,
adapting with the time.
I swear
They
are
just carried the torch.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I will. I will
love
make a
them.
very bold statement here. I think Bring Me the Horizon, and shout out to my girlfriend because she's the one who said it first. I think Bring Me the Horizon is this generation's Metallica. I think they are going to get to that level because Metallica, an absolute fucking icon of a band, and they have done everything that Bring Me the Horizon has. You know, Metallica laid out the path, and Bring Me the Horizon is following it, and they are following right behind them. I
Dude.
think they are gonna get to that level, and then once that hits there, I mean, dude, Metallica already took Ice Nine Kills on tour. You think they're not gonna take Bring Me? Dude,
right.
come on. Once that happens, it's fucking over.
Mhm.
You imagine James Hetfield on a Bring Me the Horizon track? Fuck.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Oh, or Kirk Hammett doing like a guest solo on that too.
Mm.
Woo! Oh, I would pay so much money to hear that.
I
Damn.
would love to see like a like R&B singer like The Weeknd or something like get featured on like a modern metalcore track, because like I just love The Weeknd's voice so much.
Dude,
And
Me too.
Yeah.
But
I'm such a Weekend fan.
I
Me too.
that dude could sing me to sleep, you know what I mean? Like it's there's something about the tone of his voice, and I just feel like that voice soaring over a badass chorus of a metalcore
Mhm.
track would just
Mhm.
oh, I would hit so hard.
His
Oh.
voice is so powerful,
Yeah.
yet so soothing.
It is,
Mhm.
and I
Do you guys
love him.
He's got really good control.
Do you guys remember when Lil Wayne did like a crossover? I think it was called like No Ceilings or something. But
Yeah.
he did like a like rock album
Mhm.
basically that he like rapped over.
That's sick.
That shit was cool.
Yeah, I remember when he did that too. A lot of my friends were dogging on it at the time, and they were like, "He shouldn't be doing that shit." I'm like, "Dude, he can do whatever the fuck he wants."
Lil Wayne,
Stop him.
Lil Wayne's like
You
one
want
of
to stop
my,
him? Fuck no.
Lil Wayne's like probably one of my favorite rappers
Hell
because
yeah.
he just like gets down with so much cool shit. He
Mhm,
skates and
mhm.
shit too. Like
He is just a genius.
yeah.
Not
Really,
just with music, with
Really,
his
yeah.
business. He's
He's very, very
Intelligent
business savvy.
man.
Very intelligent dude.
I've seen like some interviews, and it's just like he's just so smart about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Every word that comes out of his mouth has meaning behind it.
Mhm. You
And
can
he
you
is,
can
like-
tell
doesn't
that he
say
really
anything.
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that he
without-
really like thinks about what he says before like as he, like
Most
before he
definitely,
says it, you
100%.
know.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
That's like
Yeah.
textbook definition of don't judge a book by its cover. Like
Mhm.
that dude
Swear.
is an intelligent man, and people will probably just write him off just because of how he looks.
Yeah, and then he gets behind a mic, and everybody's constantly assuming, "Oh, he's fucking da 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 da." And I'm like, dude, who gives a shit? First of all, it's his own music; he can do what he wants with it. And y'all have been eating it up
Music.
for years. Who's gonna
His
fucking
own
stop him,
company.
Dude, I was just singing a fucking Lil Wayne song earlier.
dude?
Trying to think of which one was it? I don't know. I was singing some Lil Wayne song
Dude,
earlier.
You know, as long as we're on the topic of rappers, like one of the new ones that I've really been listening to a lot lately, Toby Ingwe. That dude is fucking crazy. Have y'all heard his song? What is it, Lord Forgive Me?
I have not.
Woo, if you
I've
have not,
admittedly
you need to.
never heard of that guy, but
That
I'll have to
guy
check him out.
is- Wow. Him and his wife are rapping on the track, Fat, and she's just as gnarly as he is. They're fucking awesome. So sick.
You
Definitely
just
check out. Shout
sorry.
out Toby Ingwe.
You can just adjust the mouse and it'll. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh damn. Oh, are we good?
We're good. We're good.
We booling.
Is we still booling? Yeah. All right, cool.
Let's go.
Dude, yesterday was so bad with it just stopped recording. like
Oh,
4
Yeah, we
times.
kept having some issues. Wait, what?
Tell them what
Mhm.
I want for a collab.
Okay.
Billie Eilish and Load.
Oh,
Billie Eilish
that'd
and
be
Load.
sick. Billie
That-
Eilish and Load.
That would be
fire.
a cool one.
That'd be a really good one. That'd be a perfect fit, actually. Damn,
Yeah, I can like envision that right
dude,
now.
swear.
I could see like
Mhm.
Post Malone doing some metal shit.
Yeah, I want to see. I wonder who's gonna be the first metal band
Did
to get Posty screams.
I bet you.
That'd be,
I bet you Chelsea Grin and Post Malone are gonna collab.
Dude,
'Cause
that
I've seen
would
them.
be
I've
fucking
seen them.
insane.
They're like kicking it
Mhm.
somewhere and like posting about it on Instagram.
Yep, I saw
So-
that.
Well, he reps a lot of those bands too. Like he
Mhm.
wears
Fucking loves
those
metal,
merch
dude.
and shit. And
I love, man, that guy. I really enjoy watching his career growth, and I really like watching what he's doing with music. He's literally done it all now,
Yeah.
and
He's
I love
crazy.
his music.
I mean,
love
he's done
his newest
collabs with
album.
Ozzy. It's like how much higher can you go from
Dude,
doing something
he's
with
gonna
Ozzy?
keep going, and I'm so stoked to watch that man climb. That dude is fucking.
Speaking of that, have you guys? It's not really a collab, but T-Pain has
Mhm.
been doing covers.
Dude,
did,
yes.
He did War Pigs.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
it's
did hear that
just
one.
Magnificent.
Oh
Yeah.
God, dude! I think my favorite one that he did on that album though was Tennessee Whiskey.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that
T-Pain's got
song
some
is
soul,
already a
man.
banger, but oh my lord, oh,
He was
sang me to sleep.
he
Shit.
was the winner of the Masked Singer. Like
Oh, that's right.
I think it was like one of the first seasons he won the thing, and
Mhm.
like nobody knew that it was him, just
God,
because.
Because everyone's so used to auto-tune.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's auto-tune guy to everybody, but no, that dude.
Man's got some pipes.
Oh
Him
God,
too.
does
He
he?
could sing me to sleep.
I swear.
Uh,
I also did you guys know that he's also a drift like a drifting enthusiast as well?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of what is it? I remember watching his drift car when he turned it into Pickle Rick. He's got a Nissan, I think it was a Nissan Silvia S13, and he wrapped it to look like Pickle Rick.
Oh, damn.
I was like, all right,
You gotta
sick.
rep it, dude.
But
You
yeah,
gotta
dude.
rep
he
it.
Oh,
was
yeah,
literally
dude,
fucking
check it out.
fit.
I got
What?
Pickle Rick
Oh,
tattoos.
no way.
Let's go.
A Pickle Rick. All right.
I keep telling him he has to get the like biomechanical suit out.
Dude, yes, yes. Get the biomech suit added onto that. Let my tattoo artist fucking do it. He's actually doing a biomech sleeve on me right now,
Oh, shit.
dude.
Yeah, dude,
Is
that's coming out sick, dude.
Dude, I'm so stoked on this. Shout out Zach from Blackthorn Tattoo. This dude is
Love you,
fucking
Zach.
crazy.
Holly, is that who's doing yours?
Um,
And who is doing yours from Blackthorn?
Ronnie.
Oh, Donnie's doing it? Hell yeah.
She's getting a chess piece.
Woo, shit, bitch.
Hell
Woo,
yeah.
What you getting? What you getting?
I'm getting kind of, I don't know really, like, I'm gonna let him design it, but I
Mm.
told him, like, I want something to do with the lotus flower and, like the top half.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
I
cool.
like that really high contrast, like, black.
Telling a story
Mm.
kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, Donnie's gonna fucking crush that shit.
Are we gonna go get our hands done?
Shout out
together?
Donnie too. Goddamn. Shout out Blackthorn. Fuck.
I might have to go get something.
Dude, you should. You should. Blackthorn is the fucking place to go. Shout out Jorge. That dude is fucking crazy. I
Dude,
think
I'm
he's
gonna-
one of
I'm
the
gonna have
best
to check
tattoo
it
artists
out,
in the
dude.
state. Straight
'Cause
up.
I want my hands done so bad.
Dude, man. I wish that like is there a way that we can like pull up any of their work like on the podcast at all? Because I really just want like to showcase that. If not, totally
I'm
cool.
fucking up because I don't have OBS. But
Oh, dude, whatever. It's totally fine.
Add it in.
huh? Yeah.
Edit and
Yeah.
post. The power of
Edit
editing.
to post. I'll send you the.
Hey,
Yeah.
editor?
Send me
Okay.
the shit. I'll add it in.
Editor, put it on screen.
Here, put a JPEG right here. Track my finger.
Yeah, track his finger. We'll just see how this fucking goes.
Put a picture of Billy Mays at the bottom left and 70% opacity. The rest of the podcast.
Fuck.
I'll do it.
Just focus right on my face right now and tell me how weird I look. Just edit in
You
a
look
fucking
good.
clip or some shit. I don't know.
You look good.
Do I? I think I look like a goblin. No, it make me look like a goblin right now.
Editor.
You could never look like a goblin.
I will make myself look like a goblin. Thank you.
We may not look like goblins.
You need a
but
green
we are
screen right
goblins.
here and just put literally anything. Like put us in a Walmart or something.
Put us in a wall.
Dude, if
Those
I got a
fucking
green
Zoom
screen,
call meetings where they have like. Have you seen that guy where he's riding his bike?
Yeah, and he's got the green screen behind you.
and he just bips it, dude.
Yeah, we should have a green screen.
Oh my god.
That would be amazing.
Dude, I just want to. Oh man, put us in like a Walmart while it's like Black Friday and people are just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
We're just sitting there doing a podcast.
Yeah, we're just talking
Shut
about
dudes.
metal. That's funny.
Hey, Nancy, put down that frozen pizza in that TV. You don't need that shit. Fuck. Oh man.
good.
so are you guys like working on like a EP or anything right now?
Yeah, we got a couple songs that are in the bank right now. We've got our next song that we're working on right now. It's called Cheat Code, and that one is we've already been playing that live for a little bit. That one's the first song that me and Luke ever wrote, and it's going to be
A
fucking
slammer.
insane. Yeah, I like his bands are better. A slammer,
It's ignorant.
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 Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, the newest version that we got is I have never been more excited for a song yet. I thought Complex was gonna make me like kind of peek at it and be like, all right, we're gonna ride this way for a little while longer, but nope. We hit this one and now I'm like, oh shit, bitch. Woo! Let's go.
I love Complex too. That's a fucking banger
Thank
song.
you, man.
Thank
you.
I think that's us every time Ryan writes a song. Fuck, man. The
Dude.
last one was so good.
Swear to God, dude. The first time I heard Rediscover, I was just sitting in the back like, there is no fucking way, dog.
You were one hell of a guitar
Swear to
player,
God,
dude.
man.
Thanks, dude.
one hell of
I
a
appreciate
musician.
that. You guys are fucking incredible. So that
Yeah,
means
dude.
that means a lot.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank
like
you.
every time I see you guys play, I'm just like blown away.
Thank
Like,
you, man.
It was an honor to play that show with you guys back in December.
Dude,
Like-
let's do a few more. Let's
Yeah,
do
we
a
gotta
few.
do more.
Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, we've been talking about.
Let's do a run, dude.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out. This is where you see it happening. See it
It's
happening.
real,
It's
it's
definitely
happening.
happening right
Lied.
now.
This is the manifestation. It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry. I know I keep doing the air horn. I just can't get it out of my head. Can you, sorry.
Editor, put it in.
You guys have any like videos or anything you're planning on?
Yeah. We got a couple of more that we're working on right now. We're doing another one with Gavin, the guy who did our video for Complex.
Hell yeah, actually did our last lyric video we dropped.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's-
he
yeah.
did.
He killed that
did.
shit.
Dude, Gavin is. Shout out to Gavin. Shout out to Tilt Visual,
Oh,
bro.
dude.
Shout out. He actually made the visual that plays in the intro of the of Midwest Slamcast too.
Oh, good
So
shit.
shout out Gavin.
Shout out
If you guys
Gavin.
if you guys need any dope ass graphic design work, hit up Gavin Tilt Shift at Tilt Shift Visual.
Get it.
Shout
get it
out.
and get it while it's hot.
Editor, put the link up here.
Track my eyes.
Chat.
Yeah, hey, chat.
Chat.
Can we get some W's in the chat for Gavin Tilt Shift? We love you, Gavin.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks
Slowly
for the
got more
flowers.
unhinged as this has gone on. It's great.
Ban them.
Man, me shit.
Kicked.
Oh, that's funny.
Ugh, I maintain.
So I mean, you guys want to kind of talk about like what any other things that are like in the plans for the future?
I mean, honestly, like, what do you got?
I can't say that on here, but I'll say the third thing that comes to mind, and lots more Vapid Soul tracks to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean,
We have a lot in the vault, and once we can finally open that vault, it's over.
mm-hmm. Ain't that the truth?
Or
I'm
do,
here for it.
do you guys all like self track and then you
Pretty
give
much.
Pretty much, yeah. So what we've done in the past is when Luke and I wrote these first 4 songs, we did tracking with Troy from Second and Archer, and we did it at his studio, Blasphemy Studios. And Troy helped us lay out all the foundation for everything. And we got everything tracked, got everything ready. And then we sent it over to Nate, and we're like, hey, we're still kind of playing around with this, but we really have like an idea what we want to do. And then we sent it to Spencer. And Spencer took all of it, fine-tuned it, and just made everything sound as crystal clear as we wanted. So shout out Spencer, shout out No Passenger Studio. You are a mad motherfucker.
He gets a lot of love on this podcast.
As he should. That
He
man is
should,
fucking
man.
talented. He is
Yeah.
crazy.
He's
He puts the
incredible.
scene on his back.
Swear
Yeah,
to
he
fucking
does.
God. That
He's
dude is.
that guy.
Mhm.
He is the guy.
He is the fucking guy. If you need a good mix, man,
I
go
like
to
you.
that motherfucker. I like you. We were all doing Borat earlier anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
You cannot get this.
No. Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking weird. I don't know how to do these.
It's all good.
We figured it out together.
I swear. Well, yeah, no, man, we're working on a lot of new shit. I mean, can your speakers still pick up on the mics at all or anything? I was gonna say because I can still hook up to the Bluetooth. I can just play a little snippet quick.
I mean, sure.
All right,
Just go for it.
all right, cool. Well, let's Let's run it back real quick. And we'll do that one. And that's all you get.
That was fucking nasty.
Yeah. So we got some shit in the vault. We got some shit that we're cooking with. I'm very excited.
I don't think anyone's ready for it.
Honestly, I don't think anybody's ready either.
Like I said, it's over.
God damn, I swear.
Like I love.
Big things coming.
Yeah, big things are coming, man. I promise.
God.
Just trust him. He has big things coming.
Do you have any more?
Whoa.
Any more covers coming up? Like your Rammstein covers? Because I like those, dude. Those are fucking fun to watch.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to do. I've had those in my vault for a couple of years. One of my buddies I used to work with, he would come over and he would record vocals for it all the time, and then both of our lives kind of got busy, so that kind of got put on hold. Like if he still wants to do it, Brandon, I love you, buddy. If he still wants to do it, I mean, obviously, I'll release it under our project. But I just wanted to get the stuff out because it's been in my bank for so long. And honestly, it's a lot of fun because I produce everything from the ground up, like all new drums, bass, guitar, vocals, synths, everything. I do everything from the ground up. Like no original tracks except a few samples from the original track. But yeah, there'll be a lot more of that to come. I pretty much have the entire discography done, and it just needs to be properly mixed.
Yeah, dude.
This is why I'm also grateful for this dude being in my band, because it's just, I had put out like a couple feelers for people that like were serious about joining bands and like really trying to like hit hard, heavy on touring right away, because that's where my mindset was at. And obviously that didn't work out so well. But anyway, it was a lot of just going back and forth, recovering after my health and trying to, figure all that out. And once I started to figure that out, then I still couldn't find anybody to play bass with this band. We had put in a couple other feelers. And then he messaged me and asked, "Hey man, I'd like to try out." And I was like, "All right, dude. Well, you're the only person that has messaged me so far. So yeah, fuck it. Why not? Just come on over. We'll see what you can do." And I could tell that he was definitely a guitar player at first. First time that he came around, me and Luke both were like, "All right, he's getting it." It's first time that he's ever played these songs, and kept a pretty decent tune. Stayed on tune, stayed on time. And that's really the big thing, because that we're both looking for. We're like, we cannot have a sloppy bass player. That is absolutely not the fucking play. Because everybody always, that is the biggest downfall that I see with so many people, is that they think that anybody can play bass because nobody notices the bass.
Yeah.
Shut up, get out of that mindset.
Coming from a guitar player, bass is a different monster.
Like it is 100%. But
you have to know your role as a bass player, because being a guitar player beforehand, like you're pretty much always in the forefront, like you are the mid to high range of the mix, and bass just sits in the low end. But with our music, it's kind of the opposite, where the guitar sits in the low end and the bass of the high mids and stuff like that, like all the nerdy music stuff, like that's where the bass sits. So when it came to learning that was the biggest challenge, other than playing the bass itself. Like it's just knowing where to sit in the mix and in the song.
And the second time that he came through, he played Switchblade perfectly. And I went, all right. And then I looked down and I realized that he had bought the pedal and the amp that we were talking about getting, which was our Headrush units that we use, which is this tiny little compact thing.
Shout out Headrush.
Shout out Headrush.
Sponsor us, please.
Luke didn't even have his yet. This was something we were talking about doing, and this motherfucker just showed up with it. We're like, "Did you have that before?" And he goes, "No, I bought it."
Yeah.
Holy fuck! All right.
This motherfucker
Dedication.
understood the assignment.
Yes, he
Yeah.
fucking did.
He got
He
extra
didn't
credit.
fucking play, and I went,
You
all
got fucking
right.
extra credit.
All right, shit.
And I told him from day one, the day I messaged him, I was like, I will give 110% for this project. Like, I am in it.
And he says that, and he means it, and he has done it since day motherfucking one. So, shout out Nico.
Yay.
God damn.
Stop, you're making me blush, man.
God damn, don't you bust out the Carl Weezer right now. Bro.
Oh
I swear to
man,
God.
that was Joe
Oh
all
my
night last
God,
night.
dude.
Listen,
Why am
when-
I not surprised?
When Joe and I are in a room together, it is
Carl
Weezer
Weezer
Central.
everywhere.
Fucking Weezer Fest, dude.
Bro, all
Yeah.
I hear from both directions is just
Mosquito, you can't get out of your room.
Carl was saying some unhinged ass shit.
I'm sure.
Talking
Again,
about
not
Jimmy's mom and shit.
Jimmy's mom isn't ready for new Vapid Soul. I tell you that right now for free,
Hey,
man.
Jimbo, whoa, pizza.
Oh, it's
Damn it.
good.
So this is kind of a new thing, and I'm kind of ripping this off of the Downbeat podcast. But do you guys
All right.
want to play a game?
I'm down. Let's go.
I like games.
So
I like games.
this,
You got games
this
on your
game
phone?
is
You got games on your
Got games on your phone?
two.
My fingers don't have enough Cheeto dust on them.
Fuck.
All right. So the game is two truths and a lie.
All right.
So whoever wants to go first, you guys can take a minute to think about it. We can. You guys want to take a minute, think about
No,
it.
you go first.
We can.
I'm still thinking.
We can
Don't do
cut
that
out
to me
dead air at all.
All right.
Damn, I thought we were gonna play dice or something.
I mean, I got Subway Surfers for games on my phone. You guys want to play some Subway Surfers?
Said I got the original Temple Run.
emulator. Okay, so my two truths and a lie are as follows. My first concert was when I was 6, and it was Godsmack. I have an addiction to gambling, and I have a jaw harp in my pocket.
I'm gonna go with. Well, actually, I'm gonna let you two answer. I have a feeling I know the answer to it already.
Do you need me to repeat them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First concert was when I was 6, and that first concert was Godsmack. I have an addiction to gambling, and I have a jaw harp in my pocket.
I feel like he has a jaw harp in his pocket.
Yeah, I feel like he does too.
I just have a feeling, dude.
I don't even know what a jaw harp is, but I feel like you have one.
Well,
Does he look like a gambler though?
you
Does he
got
not?
to know when to hold up,
Know
know when to walk away. I don't know how to do that.
So I can't, dude.
And I don't count my money because it's gone.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that the Godsmack concert is the lie.
That's your guess? What's your guess?
Hold on. Do we have some? Do we have some die? Because I need to figure out if he's a gambler or not.
Quick, where's the dice?
I'm gonna sit on my hands.
Hold on.
He pulls out the jaw.
Hold on,
That would have been a good bit.
Let's see if his eyes. Ah! I knew it!
Dude, you guys should sample that thing and put it in a song.
That'd be actually
not gonna
hilarious to use
lie.
for an intro.
I would love to do this like in the middle of a song live, like just like right before a chorus or something, just like before a breakdown, just bling. That'd be so sick.
Instead of yelling "fuck," that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I have that on standby.
Boink.
Well,
So you-
clearly that wasn't the lie.
All right, that one's eliminated.
Yeah. So now you have Godsmack or my gambling addiction.
I don't know, dude. He was ready to fucking bet, dude. I kind of want to say the Godsmack one. I feel
Damn.
like
No, his first show was Godsmack.
It was.
at
I-
6.
Yeah, I was 6 years old. It was the Godsmack album, Roman numeral 4. It was on that tour, and they
Damn,
wrote.
they really thought that you were just throwing away our Vapid money like that. Damn.
What if he's really good at it?
It's really good. Bro, we local musicians, do you really think that we that
He
good?
came to your second practice with head rushes, dude.
I
Dude
mean,
went to Potto quick. Hit the major jackpot.
yeah, I hit Potawatomi or the Oneida, one of them.
Definitely
Whichever
Oneida.
one my grandma goes to. I don't know which one that is. But yeah, no, it was that tour. It was 2007. And I was 6, and they played at a tiny little amphitheater in Oshkosh called the Leech Amphitheater, and it's like right on the river. And yeah, it was my first concert ever. And there is a picture that exists of me pointing to the date on the banner that they had outside, and it was whatever date it was. And then right underneath that was George Thorogood. That dude. Yeah. They were playing like the next weekend, but obviously I didn't see that. But yeah, Godsmack was my first show ever.
That's pretty sick.
Fuck yeah. I think my first show was Breaking Benjamin at the rave.
That's a really good first show
Or-
too.
Or it might have been technically it might have been actually Cheap Trick at the zoo.
Nice. All right.
That's really sick.
All right. I got mine. Finally.
All right.
I am slow. Leave me alone. Anyway. Tommy Emmanuel gave me advice on playing guitar. I played 3 shows with a pick line in my arm while using a walker. I've been to Australia 5 times.
Well, fuck, man.
A pick line?
A pick line.
What's that?
And a pick line is a medical device that is implanted into your arm.
Okay.
I know the.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm a goblin. I don't look like it, but I'm just so fucking
So-
weird.
Okay, so it was you said Tommy Emmanuel?
Tommy Emmanuel gave me advice on playing guitar.
Who's Tommy Emmanuel?
Tommy Emmanuel is one of the greatest guitar players to ever live.
Dude, don't you play guitar, dude?
I do play guitar.
Tommy Emmanuel is one of those guys that he can pick up a guitar and it sounds like he's playing 3 guitars at once on an acoustic.
Oh shit.
He's wickedly talented. Unbelievably talented.
That scared me.
Bonk.
Scared me too.
Dude, that's so bad because every single time that I hear like any type of whatsoever, my brain, I just instinctively now just yell out the word bonk. It's just been going on for like 2 months now and I can't stop. Every time there's a small little, I just bonk.
What kind of government experiment were you a part of?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think my mom put me through some shit that I didn't even know about. But
you'll
we'll
never
find out later.
about it. You'll never hear about the government experiment.
Never. I won't tell you what they did.
Please.
Can't even begin to explain what they did.
I'm gonna guess Australia. I'm gonna guess you haven't been to Australia 5 times.
That is correct. I've been there twice.
See, there's got to be like That's why I picked Godsmack because I was like, maybe he did have a first show when he was 6, but maybe it wasn't Godsmack.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep. Yeah. No.
So what was the story for that?
And which one?
The in going to Australia.
Oh, so my dad is actually from Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad's from Melbourne, Australia. My dad was a foreign exchange student when he was in high school, and he flew overseas and met my mom. They didn't like start dating right away or anything. They were just really good friends. And when senior year was over, my dad obviously went back to Australia. My mom went on with her life, and she ended up marrying this guy named John. And John unfortunately had a heart attack at a very young age and died. And my mom had been like writing my dad. They'd always stayed in touch. So she'd get letters from him every once in a while, and so did they just wrote back and forth. And my dad got the letter, and he wrote back one day, and he said, "Hey, well, would you want to come out here? Would you want to just come get away for a little bit?" And I think this is how it goes. I'd have to ask him again, but from what I can recall, it was she flew out. They ended up hitting it off like really well while she was out there. She went back, and my dad followed suit like a year later, and he just never left and stayed with my mom for a while. But my parents got divorced when I was a kid. But my dad has never left since. And he's just been right there. He still lives in Ironwood, Michigan. And he just refuses to go like more than a couple hours away from me. It's just like, nope, you're all I got left. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, my dad fucking rules. I love my dad. He's the entire reason that I got into the music shit. He's the entire reason that I am who I am. I would not be with anybody without my dad.
Dude, there truly is like something in the water with fucking Australians.
I
like,
swear to fucking
with
God.
the music that they create.
Yep, there really is. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Some of my some of my favorite bands are Australian.
Yep.
That's how I feel about Sweden. Like, there's so many wicked bands I love from Sweden, like Meshuggah, Avatar,
Because there's
HLB.
nothing to do over there, so they just hang out in their rooms and fucking
create the most insane music known to man.
Buster Odeholm playing his guitar upside down.
Dude, God, that guy is so
Maniac.
fucking cool. He's so good. He's so good.
Is he even from Sweden?
I don't even know.
Now, Odeholm sounds like a Swedish name, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, they ended up, I had me, and then my dad put a guitar in front of me and never looked back. And yeah, my dad's been riding with me through it all. That's despite all the shit that, happened. My dad was working like 3-4 jobs at one point and just still making sure that I had everything that I needed. I mean, he's one of those guys that would just give you the shirt off his back, no questions asked. And he didn't matter if he knew you. It didn't matter if he knew who you were. If you needed help, he was just there. And he was always like that. And I just really appreciate that about him, because he also was somebody that he would help you even when he knew that he shouldn't. And even when he knew that it was going to hurt him. And he even did it with, he did it for so many years with my mother. I mean, not to get like too real, but, it wasn't pretty. And my dad was very adamant about making sure that I saw as little of that as I possibly could. And anytime that I wasn't, it was on the flip side, and it was the best time of my fucking life. Like, I didn't know until years later, but apparently there was a huge thing between my parents where I stayed at my friend Aaron's house for roughly like a month and a half. And I was just under the impression that we were just staying there for a little while. And I was like, all right, cool. I get to have a fucking party. That's awesome. Let's go. Obviously I didn't say fuck, but yeah. Well, I mean, I might have been. I don't know. I was kind of a weird kid. I got into some shit. Whatever. But I just remember all of that. And my dad the entire time was just big ass grin. Hi, mate. Just not even questioning anything. Just nothing. No register. And that man is just so goddamn tough and so gentle at the same time. I love my dad. He runs a theater up in Ironwood, too, the historic Ironwood Theater. He's been trying to figure out a way to get metal bands into that theater for as long as I've been pursuing metal. As long as I've been interested in the genre, he's been trying to figure out a way to get me in there any single way that he possibly can. Didn't matter if it was just volunteering. It didn't matter if I was helping him run lights, if I was helping him run sound, if I was literally just there to help him take out the trash at the end of the night. He always was there to try and make sure that I saw some aspect of entertainment in what he did. And I thank him so much for that. My dad is the real rock star. My dad is definitely the real rock star.
Shout out, Bruce.
Shout out, Bruce. Shout out, Bruce. Which, speaking of, if you guys are interested, my dad is trying to actually set up something at the theater where we can't unfortunately put on shows there, but he does want to start recording bands live. He wants to take the live sound from those places, and he wants to turn it into a kind of like an audio tree. So that theater is a historic theater in Ironwood. That is a 700 cap venue. It's all sit down, but it's been around since roughly early 1900s. It's gorgeous. It is jaw-droppingly pretty. Also, edit, chop in a photo of the Ironwood Theater. I will send you.
Editor, track it.
Word.
Yeah.
Track it.
Track it.
Right here or there or wherever they can find a spot.
Yeah, that sounds honestly like fucking incredible.
Yeah, and it's dude.
I'd be
it's a
down for that.
Gorgeous. Place.
100%, I'd be down for
Yeah,
that.
dude, amazing. And he wants to try and just help out as many like people as he can. He wants to do that in there, and he'd probably take pretty good care of anybody that I say so. So obviously, I will talk to my dad and see if we can get you guys up there. But I really want to start pushing that. And you guys can take the live audio as well and do whatever you want with it. They literally just want to try and incorporate something like that. My dad pitched me the idea a little while ago, and he was like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's a game changer. That's a
Yes.
really good idea."
Hell yeah. That'd be
So-
insane.
Yeah, let's do some stuff.
Do some fucking live
Yeah,
albums, dude.
So, do you want to kind of talk about your truths that you told, like the
Yeah, sure.
the show you played
Yeah,
whilst a cripple?
Yeah, this man.
I played
He's a fiend.
3 shows with a PICC line in my arm while I was using a walker. Make a long story short, I found out the hard way that I was a type 1 diabetic recently. And I went through DKA. I had to have a surgery on my knee because there was an infection that I think had moved from a boil that was in my armpit and just traveled down my body and got stuck in my kneecap. The infection spread, basically infected everything. And because I was a type 1 diabetic and I didn't know, my blood sugar was astronomically high. And to put it in perspective, somebody around my age, when I was in the ER, they told me somebody around your age and your build, you should be roughly around 150 to 170. I was at 550.
Damn.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was in very bad shape. I had no idea. And it had skated by my entire life. And it just nearly took me out. And I had no idea. And it was definitely a big holy shit moment. I was up in the hospital for probably about a month and laid up in bed for the rest of the year. I watched the entire summer of my 20s. Yeah, I was 27 when it happened. 29 now. Yeah, 27. My entire 27th year was just from my bedroom window. I just watched everything go by, and I just sat there and watched it go from summer to winter and back into spring. And yeah, it sucked. That was bad. I hated it. But I am just getting back onto my feet, and they're starting to have physical therapy come by. And then, but actually, I'm sorry, I got a little off track there because I mixed up my story. The time I started getting back on my feet was right when I started using the walker. And I got the genius idea of Vapid still not like doing anything was not a good idea. And I was very adamant about trying to get a staple in there because I needed to do something to just, like I needed to get this project moving. I needed to do something. So I booked 3 shows. And I was still really banged up. First show was in Iowa, and I walked on the Lefties stage and just very slowly got on up there, and I watched 3 people that were in there just kind of fuck. It was just like I saw all 3 of them just like, oh no, this is gonna be a disaster. And it was so much fucking fun. That show was so much fucking fun. At one point, I was just sitting down on a stool, and I picked up my walker, and I lifted it above my head, and everybody just started... But we ended up doing that, and then the next show was our friend, his nickname's Moose. He booked us for one of his shows that he just does in Illinois, and it was like a local metal festival that he just, had a bunch of bands come together. We played it, and I got about halfway through the day, and my knee just started fucking giving me the worst pain I possibly could. I mean, I'm walking through it, and I've got a bandage that's wrapping roughly about from like halfway up my thigh, almost all the way down to my ankle. And I'm watching it just slowly get a little bit bigger. And I'm like, that is not supposed to be happening. And took the bandage off about 10 minutes after our set, and I just saw my ankle was the size of my thigh. And I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
holy fuck, okay, I gotta go. Like, that's it. We gotta go back to the hotel room. I gotta go lay down. I can't do shit. So we had to leave. I felt so bad because we missed literally every fucking band after our set. It was just right after it. I'm like, I gotta go. I felt so fucking bad. And the last one was when we played at Mojo's in Illinois. And, oh no, not yeah, it was Mojo's, but we played at the small stage in the front bar. And when we were playing in there, I remember I was, just getting up on stage. We played with Infurious and Enox. And we also played with them both in Iowa, too. And they were just dumbfounded that I was doing it, and much less doing it twice. So when they came out and they were just, what the fuck are you doing? Are you insane? Like, you are completely banged up. You have a literal line that is inserted into your arm. And the PICC line had to get inserted while I was in the hospital. How they had to do it was they basically put me in a sterile suit, and they got in sterile suits, and they had to put on completely sterile everything. And they threw a magnet. They got the actual needle point into my arm. I think I still got the scar here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. They stuck it right in here. And with a magnet, slowly lifted it all the way through here and dropped it right into the center valve of my heart. And they had to pump antibiotics into that with a small little medicine ball that I kept in this bag. And I kept it in that bag for the longest time, and it was weird walking around with a medicine ball just pumping shit in your arm. I mean, you feel like a robot. You feel sick. You feel, everybody's eyes just, whoa, what the fuck? And, getting on stage and still doing it was also a very big moment for me, because I was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. If I can do this shit while all this is banged up, you can't say shit to me. And after I did all that, I got off, and like the only thing that Enox and Infurious kept saying were just positive things. Every single one of them was like, holy fucking shit. You did all of that, still banged up like that. Still that, like, you are a fucking legend. I remember Mikey from here. Shout out Mikey. I fucking love you, dude. Mikey ended up just, it was like, what the fuck, dude? Holy shit. He was just on another fucking level with what I was doing. But he was also right there watching almost the entire time. And he was just vibing the whole time. Just getting his drink on. Just having a great fucking time. He knew that I was struggling. And everybody knew that I was struggling. Everybody in that fucking place knew I was having a hard time. And not a single person said a bad thing. Not a single person came up and said that, like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop doing this shit. I fully expected somebody while I was out to just be like, get the fuck off, like something. And nothing. Everybody was just so understanding and so level-headed. So shout out Enox, shout out Infurious. You guys fucking rule. Thank you for that. I had like that. Oh, and Smile on the Sinner. They were there that night too. That band is fucking wild. If you guys have not listened to Smile on the Sinner, you gotta. So shout out Enox, shout out Infurious, shout out Smile on the Sinner. You guys fucking rule. I'm never gonna forget that day. Never gonna forget that shit. But that was definitely the craziest time for doing shows in my life, and I just remember all the love more than anything. It was wonderful just to actually feel that sense of community within scenes and feel it everywhere. I mean, I didn't expect to feel it. And these are guys from fucking Ohio and New York. They're not from here, and they still were just, "What's up, dude? How are you?" Like, just very there, very warm, comforting people. They're really great, really
Hell
great
yeah.
guys. Yeah. And then let's see, what was the other one I had? Yeah, Tommy Emmanuel. That one was nuts. So my dad took me to see Tommy Emmanuel when I think I was either 12 or 13. And I was just getting into like rock music, so I really wasn't paying attention to like what he was doing. And my dad kept talking about it. He's like, "You're not gonna understand until you go see him." I'm like, "All right, okay, whatever. We'll go see this guy." And we sat down and I watched him just start playing, and I'm like, wow, this guy's really fucking good. I mean, he's just playing, with what I think is a pick. And then I realized, oh my, he's fucking slapping. And I noticed he's finger picking and he's running and doing 7-fret jumps and then tapping and coming back. And then he just starts playing normal chords again, and he just keeps doing it. And I'm slowly understanding what my dad was talking about watching this guy play. And by the end of it, he's about, not even the end of it, he got about halfway through the show, and he stops, and he just starts talking to everybody. He sits down for like 10 minutes, and he's just talking to everybody in the crowd, answering some questions, and somebody asked, how did you actually start with figuring out how to play like multiples at once? Like, that just doesn't click in my head. And he goes, well, I thought that everybody played guitar like this. I thought guitar was insanely complicated, and I thought you had to have all of that finger picking, because when I heard music for the first time, I was under the assumption that it was one guitar player. So I had to learn everything in one go. So
Wow.
That's a crazy take. Like a crazy way to think about it.
he just went, that's just kind of what I assumed. So I started, and he just picks up his guitar and he starts doing it. He's just started slowly picking between here. And I added in a third finger. And then I thought, okay, well, I'll probably have to try and figure out how to at least kind of make that sliding sound how they do. And he reaches his thumb over the top and slides quick, and then just stops and goes back and doing it. And everybody just went, what the? Every musician in that place just went, whoa! It was fucking insane. And he just kept going, and then he starts doing more slides up here, and he starts doing taps, and he's finger picking here, and then he starts tuning his guitar, and I'm hearing all of the notes still hit, and I'm blown away. I couldn't fucking believe how talented that guy was.
It's fucking wild.
It
man.
was beautiful, dude. It was one of the coolest music moments I've ever had in my life. And he came down after, and he was walking around outside at the very front of the venue, and he was talking to everybody. Anybody who was walking out the exit, he just stopped, and he didn't do like the typical like, hi, nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming to my show. Absolutely. Would you like a photo? Thank you. Have a nice day. It was, hey, how are you? What's your name? And he just sat for 10 minutes with each of them. Just everybody down the line. He shook everybody's hand, took as many photos with family members as he wanted to. And he was just so respectful.
That's really
It
cool.
was fucking, like, it was so cool just to see all of that. And I thank Tommy Emmanuel also for a lot of my music shit, because he's always just been that way. He's just very respectful. And I think that also just comes with the fact that he's not a rock musician, but it's so nice to just see him, taking the time out of everything. And when I got to him, my dad, talked to him about how he saw him in Melbourne and right there in Sydney, I think. And it was just, wow, that's great. And he starts talking and talks to me about it. And he said, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice that I possibly can. And it does sound a little corny, but it is genuinely the best advice. Pick up your guitar every day. Doesn't matter if it's for 30 seconds. Doesn't matter if it's for 30 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's for 3 hours. Just pick it up. Just try it. Doesn't even matter what you're trying to do. Just pick it up. You find something that sounds cool, you want to imitate it, try it. Try it one go. Doesn't work? Okay. Try again tomorrow.
Try something else.
Try something else. The only thing that you can do is just keep trying. I know it sounds a little weird, but you keep trying and you keep at it. And even if you only play for 3 minutes a day, you will still have played guitar for 3 minutes a day. And that is more than most people play in their entire life. Think about that and let that sit and then go back at it.
Drop
Hell
the
yeah.
mic.
Drop the mic. Shout out Tommy Emmanuel, man.
It's cool how like kind of like learning about your like influences, because like I can see how like your dad and Tommy Emmanuel were like big influences on you, and how you like carry that into your like personality and shit.
I really tried to, man,
Because-
because I've seen so many people. Like, I've gotten let down by so many of my favorite bands that I just don't even listen to them anymore. I've gotten let down by friends that, were local in this, and I always thought the same thing, where it's like, hey, man, like, we're all on the same team here, bro. Like, yeah, maybe we don't always see eye to eye on the same thing, and maybe and this is the other thing that I really hope that people take away from it, is that even if you don't like a band's sound, even if you are not somebody that is a fan of something, like, I'm not a big fan of Slam. I really don't like a lot of the like, it sounds okay, cool. Like, what are you doing? It's just like, all right, you got high as shit at 4 a.m. and decided this is a riff. Dun, 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 dun. It's just, okay, whatever. That being said, every single genre has some form of talent, and every single person who is in said genre is just trying to find their voice in it. You throwing away that voice for anybody is not only the exact opposite of what you should be doing, it's also incredibly disrespectful. And it is also something that you really need to sit back and just think, look, this is not my thing, but you are clearly driven. It shows more in your drive, and it shows more in your confidence in the way that you talk about your music more than anything else. It doesn't have to be confidence in yourself, but if you talk about your music the way that you talk about your kids, nobody will fuck with you. Nobody will fuck with that. And if anybody does, fuck them. Because you know that they're better than that. And if you know that your music's good, fuck it. Flaunt it. Be happy about it. Be stoked about it. Like, that was actually one thing that I remember too, actually, at the Zeal show too. You walked off stage and you were fucking just like, holy shit, I just did that. The big ass fucking grin on your face, bro. Goddamn. And you walked past and I was like, dude, you had nothing to worry about at all. And you just, what? It's like, dude, you had nothing to worry about. You guys fucking ruled. Killed it. Every single fucking one of you guys. That was insane. I watched everything and I was like, okay, I wonder how Rediscover is going to sound. Holy fuck, it's so good.
Dude,
I was just sitting up by the front and I'm like, wow. I was like a little kid in a candy
And
store,
I was
bro. Y'all
watching this
ripped.
dude side stage just shredding,
Fucking A. Fucking A.
just tearing it up. All you guys just ripped it apart. And you
Wow.
are one angry man.
Yeah. Fucking
Who
angry.
hurt you?
We don't have time for that.
Fair enough.
Felt.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. You guys
yeah.
were great. We're going to do some more shit.
Hell yeah.
Gotta.
So I think we can kind of start to wrap up, but I have like one more like kind of wrap up question.
Absolutely, dude.
So so if you could go back in time and talk to yourself when you were younger, like perhaps starting off in music, what's one piece of advice that you would give to yourself?
Oh boy.
Man.
Give up. No.
That was what Cam said.
Stop.
That was his.
No. Completely the opposite. Like what, just to bounce off of kind of what you were saying, like what Tommy Emmanuel said, like just pick it up every day. Like you don't even necessarily have to play it. Like just pick it up. And I always just kind of envisioned where I wanted to be with the instrument, and obviously it doesn't exactly turn out the way that you envision it, but as long as you have fun doing what you do, just keep doing it, because that was one piece of advice I wish I could have given myself after my high school band kind of dissolved, was just like, you're gonna be fine. Like I was sitting in my little home studio that I made. I was like, I have all this gear here and it's just gonna sit, like, cause I have nothing to do with it. And I got really, really down on myself, and I wish I wouldn't have. But at the same time, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have that drive, you know? So it's just like, be hungry and eat as much as you can.
Fuck yeah.
I'd say, yeah, roughly the same thing, honestly. I'd go back and tell myself, be gentle to yourself and be easy on your criticisms.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing to worry about. You're figuring it out. And that hunger that you got, feed that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let anybody try to stop you with it. And as soon as somebody does, you feed them to that hunger. You let nobody stand in your way. Because look at you. Look how fucking good you are. Look how much you have to look forward to. Look at how much you have accomplished. Like, I mean, in real talk, man, like, I did some really cool shit with Immortalis. Like, that show with Mushroomhead is still one of my favorite things that I've ever done. That was so fucking incredible. I got to tour. I got to meet some people from New York that I met on social media that just liked my band, and I liked theirs, and we got to go across the country. I got to take 5 New York motherfuckers, and I got to put them all in a I got to put them all in a bar in Wisconsin and watch them all freak out about the fact that their beer was $2 each. I got to do that. I got to take all of these guys' dreams about going across the world, and I got to experience it with them. I got to go along with my girlfriend to go shoot a video with Chelsea Grin when she was one of the dancers for the Isness video. I got to go talk to so many people on Shiprocked, and I've gotten to meet so many influential people. I got to see Noah Sebastian, Parkway Drive, or Winston McCall, and Chris Motionless all lined up next to each other, and I got to thank every single one of them. Like, that type of stuff is all stuff that I'm going to live with forever, because as much of a fan as I am of all of this stuff, I also know where I belong in this, and it is not going to be, it's not going to be something that I am worried about where I end up in the end, because no matter where I end up in the end, I know that I'm going to be a proud motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Preach, brother.
it's
It's
all about like enjoying the ride.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
The final destination, man, you'll get there, but when you get there, you might miss all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it.
Definitely.
It's all about that journey, man.
Swear to God.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy that my part of the journey landed on this show.
Hey, man.
Dude, same here.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
look at this. This dude is living it up. He's got his name in neon lights.
Starbucks cup.
He's pimp chimping right now, dude.
Pimp chimpin'.
Yeah.
He was talking about that on the way
Finally,
down
someone
here.
else says it. I say it all the time, and no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't even know what the fuck that is, but he said it down here. I was like, that's funny as hell.
Fucking pimp chimpin'.
Chimping, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah, guys.
Shout out
yeah,
Ryan.
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out Vapid
Zeal.
Soul.
Love you,
Fucking
brother.
killing the game.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna kill this shit together.
Thanks
Let's
for
go.
doing this shit, guys. You
Yeah, man.
guys rule.
Yeah, man.
You guys are
You
fucking
rule.
amazing. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Fucking do it, or I will find you.
All right, we're signing off.